Okay. Oh, this is sudden. Thorindos, hello. Isn't it early morning for you, friend? You might want to get some sleep. And I should probably have some sort of BGM here, but I'm not gonna. It's been a long time since our last Duolingo stream, and I'm currently in the Pearl League. And if you're wondering about the Pearl League and I don't even know how you check how all the other leagues work. But basically, we advanced from many other leagues ago. But we did, in fact, fail to progress this past week. So I was like, all right, something's got to change. But I figure now that we're in like the jump in difficulty from up here. Does it capture my mouse? Yeah. From like this stuff here, which is very basic, to down here, which is just like the beginner stuff. Like this is. Hello? Okay, so that was really unfortunate timing wise. I'm sure the mic picked up that whole ringtone of that phone call there. But anyways, let's not worry about that. Thank you for following Akudan. Welcome. Glad you can make it, and hope you do enjoy your stay here and learn something. I mean, if not, I hope you just enjoy what we do here on this channel. So we're gonna repair this or restore the intro 1 to give us an idea of what the difficulty was at first. Or actually, no, this is already like easy basic. Oh, Bakugan? I don't really think it was that fun. I actually played Bakugan. It was alright. Nice to meet you. So, hajimemashite. My name is Honda. Oh, the anime? Yeah, the anime was great. I did watch it dubbed though, so I'm a little biased, but it was alright. They did alright on the dub. The reboot? Bakugan's getting a reboot? Honda. Hon. So, I don't actually remember Honda. I just remember Hon, which is this. Like, Nihon, or Hon as in the book.
Honda
To. Imasu. Technically speaking, this phrase, blank to imasu means I am known as. I am known as Honda, but in this phrase means my name is. It's got 3 seasons. Really? So they went past New Vestroya. Bakugan. Where is my anime list? I like how I'm doing this in the middle of this stream, but that's fine. My anime list. I need to know. This was part of my childhood. Battle Planet. The sequel is New Vestroya. Gundalian Invaders. Gundalian Invaders from 2010. So there was a season 3, and then there's a season 4. Mectanium Surge. This is from 2011. So is this whole Battle Planet a spinoff? Battle Planet. Yeah, it's a bit of. This is a spinoff. Okay. It's a reboot. Okay. Okay. That was Ah, I see. China. Chugoku. Pretty simple. Like, this is simple stuff. Watch what happens once we hit the actual start learning like the other things though. Mr. Honda is a teacher, so Honda-san wa sensei desu.
中村さんは先生です。
So Mr. Nakamura. The nice thing about names, by the way, is that they're very phonetic. If someone's called whatever, like Nakamura, for example, in English we just say Nakamura because we don't say the English translation equivalent because that's not how that works. Is a teacher. So the thing also, by the way, is that you can see how we use in English, we have the prefixes or the titles, Mr., Mrs., Miss, and all that. In Japanese, they don't really have that. But they kind of have similar, the honorifics are kind of used in a similar sense, but they're not direct translations, which is why Nakamura-san, in this case, can refer to both Mr. Nakamura or Miss Nakamura, even Mrs. Nakamura. All of them works. Chugoku Shushin desu. So Shushin, so this isn't something I've ever learned personally. So this is something that I've completely learned off of Duolingo, which is kind of cool. Like, this is one of the few things that actually just straight up was like, I was never taught this. This is amazing. Which is Shushin, which simply is used after a location, usually a country, to denote where you're from. So, Canada Shushin desu. I am from Canada, for example.
Honda さんは先生です。
Mr. Honda is a teacher. Nice to meet you. So, hajimemashite. My name is Tanaka. Tanaka. So Naka is this over here, this little box with a line through it.
Tanaka?
And then so I just assume, because none of the other characters have Naka. So Tanaka to imasu. Remember, this is Honda.
はじめまして、マリアです。
Nice to meet you. My name. You can say my name is, or I'm Maria, or I am Maria. I don't actually think. I think Duolingo accepts my name is, but it's more of a very direct I am. But when it comes to writing it out yourself, I'm Tanaka. Nice to meet you. So
Tanaka
again, Tanaka desu. Yoroshiku. So yoroshiku is how you say nice to meet you. After introducing yourself. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. That's kind of the whole phrase you have there.
田中さんは日本人です。
So, Mr. Tanaka. And the thing is, remember, when it comes to languages, if you're at the very least competent in the verbal aspect for verbal communication, you'll be fine in like 80% situations. Out of Duolingo for a while, so I thought you were going to answer instead of translate it. Hey, Popcat Drip 1322. Welcome. Yes, learning Japanese. Did you get a girlfriend yet? Absolutely not. Is Japanese. So the way you can parse this, by the way, is so Nihonjin is Japanese. You have the wa particle, which is kind of a way to denote to be. It's not exactly a one-to-one translation, but that's just how you kind of parse that particle. So Tanaka is Japanese. Boku wa, yeah. And I believe Thrindos, you're Australian, right? So Thrindo-san wa Australia jin desu. Or Tsubasa-san wa Canada jin desu. That's how you kind of say, I am this nationality. Or here we go, I am British. Igirisu jin desu. So I always say this because it's not the most apparent thing. Jin is, yes, it means person. And when you attach to something, you say, I'm a person of this nation, which essentially is what nationality is. So yeah, anyways, here you can omit the subject and if there was no pre-existing common knowledge of a subject of discussion or topic of discussion, like if we're not talking about someone, you start off the conversation and you say something like this, ikirisu jin desu, and you're clearly not talking about anyone. It is then assumed you're talking about yourself. If, however, the conversation happens to go yada 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 yada, and you suddenly start talking about a friend of yours, and then you interject with this igirisu jin desu, then it is implied that you are referring to your friend. And this is all conversational based, conversational context. But without any of that, by just saying igirisu jin desu, you are implying yourself and therefore saying I am British.
本田さんは日本人です。
And here is an example of how to say this with the subject. Watashi. Actually, you can't actually say it here because you need to say watashi wa. Without the wa, the particle is very important here. So without that, you just say America jin desu. Without the wa.
中村さんは学生です。
So Mr. Nakamura is a student. Gakusei, student. I am French. And here we have the wa. So here we can do it. Watashi wa Fransujin desu. Fransujin. France. Jin. Person from France. French. A French person. I am French.
はじめまして、ジョンです。
Nice to meet you. I'm John. And Jean looks like two legs walking. It's very that's really nice that you say it like that, because what's actually there, if I can, I don't have I need like a tool. You know what, instead of a tool I can just write it out. I have a text thing here. So the way you write this out, by the way, is hito. Hito. That for Chinese alphabet, the Chinese alphabet that Japanese takes from and calls it kanji. It was originally art, like it was originally pictures. It's a language. The alphabet was originally done through pictures. One of the most prime examples I can give anyone is the kanji or the Chinese character for river. River was a picture of a river, like 3 lines. And eventually they mainstreamed it. They made it look a little slicker. They made it look a little nicer. Follow the strokes, make it smooth, and you get what you have today. For a person, think of it like a stick, like the bottom half of a stick figure, right? You know how you draw stick figures? Yeah, so hito or jin. For Chinese, it's very, like, the writing system is very intuitive once you start understanding the different parts that goes into it. Unlike English, which kind of, you have the alphabet, your letters, and then and those become your building blocks to create. The Chinese alphabet uses pictures, and uses it's using, like, you do have your basic building blocks to represent things, and then you combine them to create one picture. It depends on how you want to look at it, really. So remember, I am from Japan. To be from somewhere, you say the location, Nihon. But actually, in this case, we can, instead of omitting the subject, we can say the subject. Watashi wa Nihon shushin desu. So I, watashi, am from Japan. So am, watashi wa. And then to say from Japan, you say the location, Nihon. Shushin again is used after location to say to be from that location, and you end the sentence off with des.
アメリカ出身です。
Oops, I'm on the wrong keyboard. I am from America or the U.S. I am Chinese. 中国人です. My name is Maria. Maria to imasu. Okay, so this was some basic Japanese. Like, there's no other way to describe it. This is a little more complicated. Routines. This is the part that I've enjoyed learning. I'm only on level 2 out of 5, lesson 2 out of 4 at the moment, and I've been having a blast. So let's show you what I mean. Gogo. And for the matching the pairs, I will always suggest to go with the kanji or like the more difficult variant of the pair in order for it to listen. Because if you click, for example, gozen here, because there is the kanji variant in the pairing, it will not actually say gozen when you click this. It's assumed you know what it is because a more difficult reading is available, which is this. Gozen. And it because, this is a robotic reading of it, it's not exactly the way you're going to be seeing it all the time. Just want to point that out too. So yeah, reiji. And if you want to make this a bit more harder on yourself, by all means, do it the other way around. That's not a problem. Reiji. And I know that's reiji because the second kanji I know is pronounced ji. I actually don't intuitively know that the first kanji is pronounced rei. Kaisha. So kaisha is your office, is your workplace or office job. Kaisha. Okimasu, to wake up. Okimasu. Again, back with matching the pairs. This is a test of vocabulary. Hey, good evening, Gambler Bear. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I know it's pretty late for you as well. I'm surprised to actually see you here, but thanks for dropping by, buddy. And I hope that you managed to resolve your work issues, since you said you attempted to do so. I hope you did manage to do it. Back to this, we have reiji.
0時
Very easy since we already know. Kaisha,
会社
gozen,
午前
okimasu,
起きます
ikimasen.
起きません
Yeah, during those you might. I don't know. I don't have that big of a habit of telling people what to do, or at least I try not to. But you don't want to always stay up too much in the evening. I've been cutting back time in terms of that as well myself. I'm not staying up all night as I did previously. Okimasu. So
Okimasu.
this one, okimasu.
0時
Reiji,
0時
reiji.
0時
Again, the first character is a bit more complicated, but the second character is very common. Take what you know and do it.
午前
Of course, then just pulls out the kanji that I'm not aware of. Gambarete imasu. Ah, you're using the infinitive form. So for next time, Gambler Bear, to make it easier on yourself, just say gambarimasu. So instead of gambarete imasu, you can say gambarimasu. I'm doing my best. And so instead of gambarete, gambarimasu instead of imasu. Simple stuff, yeah? Yeah. It makes your life a lot easier if you want to just type it out that way, right? That's the type.
午前
Gozen.
午前
FYI, Gozen means AM. Gogo means PM.
午
Gozen.
前起きません
This is me right here, by the way.
起きません
Okimasen. I don't want to wake up. Okimasen.
起きません
今は午前0時です
Wakaranai.
今は午前0時です
Eh?
今は午前0時です
Nice, nice. Chichi, wakaranai. Oh, Chichi.
今は午前0時です
Oh, the Japanese calls her Nana, right? Not Chichi?
今は午前0時です
So, Ima is this kanji.
今
Ima
は
wa
午前0時です
gozen reiji.
起
Reiji.
き
No.
じ
Reiji
今は午前0時です
des. If I'm not mistaken, Reiji means midnight. Yes, it is 12 a.m. right now. Reiji des. So I actually did not know this either, which is why, for anyone who actually followed my scheduling months ago, the reason why I used to schedule things at 11:55 p.m. was because I would have my schedules in Japanese and English instead of just English. And I want to say midnight, but I was like, I don't know how you say midnight in Japanese, and Google Translate doesn't seem to give me the correct translation. And I was like so unsure of it. So I decided I'm just not gonna say 12. I'm not gonna say midnight. I'll just do 11:55 p.m. Use Chinese phonetics, and Japanese dub uses Japanese phonetics on the same letters. That is correct.
午前0時
This is midnight.
午前
Or
7
12
時
a.m.
に起きます午前7時に起きます
Hey, weirdo! That just came off as very mean. I'm sorry. Anime. Can I like abbreviate your name to like AW or something? I don't know. It seems weird calling someone a weirdo as a name. You know it's gonna be wild to switch between them? Absolutely. Well, to be fair though, Inazuma is the Japanese location of Tevet, so
午前7時に起きます午前7時に起きます
午前7時に起きます。午前7時に起きます。
午前0時に寝ます
午前0時に Nemas. I sleep at midnight. I sleep at 12 a.m. I mean, what's the difference in pronunciation between EI and IE in this very specific scenario would be my question. I don't think there is one. Weird or weird. Weird. I mean, that's pretty much just saying weird. I don't like there's phonetically there's not that big of a difference as far as I'm aware. How to pronounce text to speech. Give me some text to speech. I need a text to speech right now.
EI. IE.
Haven't had Duolingo ad for a bit. Yeah, I'm using the web browser version of Duolingo, which is different than the app version. It's actually very different.
Weird.
So that's a regular pronunciation of weird. Let me switch the letters.
Weird.
You see? Even the AI doesn't do a difference. So let's do it side by side.
Weird. Weird.
Yeah. So no, they're phonetically speaking in English, specifically English. If this is a different language that has a more pronounced pronunciation of the alphabet, perhaps it'll be different. But in English, it's weird regardless.
何時に起きますか?
What time do you wake up?
いいえ、起きません。
No, I will not get up.
6時頃に起きます。
6時頃に
で
起きます。So this is how you say in Japanese around a certain time. So you have the time, and then you say goro. に起きます。This is much different to the intro lesson. This is about routines. It's a little bit more complicated, complex. And because of that, there's a lot more to learn in my opinion, and I really enjoy stuff like this. So I'm very happy that we've got to the point in Duolingo where it's not just simple words for vocabulary. We're actually getting phrases and sentence structures. But something to note is that because we're doing this through Duolingo, there's no proper sensei or proper teacher to teach us certain things. You have to look for it yourself. Like here, 6時頃に起きます. Around, I wake up around 6 a.m. 6 o'clock. Or get up, yeah. And you need to pay attention to certain things like particles, where words appear, and all that. So 12 a.m. we know is
ね、
Reiji.
0時。
Reiji. Reiji. Did I do that wrong? It's Reiji. I just forgot the AM bit. That's a bit of a weird thing to consider. Alright.
今
今は
午前
午前
起き
Reiji
で
です
す
So they really want that
午前
Gozen
0時
bit to it. So it's like stuff like that, which seems a little what's the phrase? Pedantic? Why does that sound so wrong? Pedantic. Pedantic is the right word, but it just sounds wrong to me. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Okay, well that's fine. But stuff like that, just get used to like drilling into the brain. Like for me, I need to do that, so that's why I say that. Kaisha, we know it's this one.
会社
Reiji is this
Reiji.
one. Mainichi is this
毎
one.
日
And my asa is this
毎
one.
朝行きません
行きません
毎日
Japanese is a different way of telling the time. There's 2,500 hours, 26. So the thing about that, Gambler Bear, and that is specifically to tell someone that you're going to be streaming during the sleeping hours. So they use a 24-hour clock, except they also go about it slightly different. And it might seem confusing at first, but it's meant as a way to tell someone, hey, on a Tuesday at the 25th hour, that's equivalent to 1 a.m. on the Wednesday. So you might be thinking why, right? But it's generally usually done so in a way where someone's reading off whatever you're reading time-wise, and their brain is set to Tuesday or whatever day it is. But you have something that should be with, or it has to do with whatever is happening that day, but it just happens to cross over to the next day. So, and so to denote that, they use 25-hour, 26-hour. Concha. Konnichiwa. Is that a shorthand? Tadayo-san? I've never seen that before. I've seen it's slang? Oh! Okay. I've never seen... I'm not well versed in Japanese slang. In fact, I'm not even well versed in English slang. So when someone uses slang with me, I'll be asking questions. I'll be asking a lot of questions. Hope you don't mind.
毎日
毎日
毎日毎朝
Mayasa. Where is it? There it is. 毎
毎
日
日0時
Reiji. We use like 1 a.m. 2 a.m. just not used to it. Yeah. I it took me a while for me to learn that too, because I'm Canadian. We don't use 25-hour, 26 hours to denote those times. In fact, you rarely even see 24-hour clocks used in Canada too. Hey Reen, welcome to the stream. So it's definitely a very new experience even for me, but it's because I do enjoy listening to Japanese podcasts. I am a big Nana Mizuki fan, so there's that. And when it comes to schedules, when I read them, I was like, what is Tuesday 2500 o'clock? I'm like, what? huh? Explain? But I'm like, obviously, I made a guess, tuned in at when I thought it was, and it was when, and I got the correct time. I was like, okay, well, clearly, that's what they mean.
行きません。学校。
Gakko, mainichi. So, to make this, remember, when you're going for kanji pairings, make it easier for yourself if you have choices. Mainichi. If you don't know what mai in mainichi is, how about nichi? Every day. What's day? Day is super simple. It is a box with a line in the middle. Obviously, this is the answer. Mainichi. Obviously, you can click and check too, but when you can't do that, you can think to yourself, what's mainichi? Well, even if you don't remember, you can just say mai and then have nichi with the day. Like, day is very easy to write, right? Let me bring back hito. And I can edit this to nichi. This. Like, this is very simple to write. If you write mainichi, obviously it look weird and strange to a native Japanese, probably. I'm not saying it is, but it probably is. But yeah, no, that is they'd understand. Oh, you mean every day?
毎朝
Mayasa?
毎朝
Mayasa?
毎朝
So this one's, there's no easy like cheat for this one. You just gotta know it. So you just gotta know that means that means asa, every morning.
毎日お茶を飲みます
Mainichi ocha o nomimasu. Mainichi ocha o nomimasu.
ます
I drink tea every day.
私は毎日
So in
リンゴ
the
を
translation below, it said I drink green tea every day. And technically, the ocha also means green tea, technically speaking. But it is also a general term used for tea. 私は毎日リンゴを食べます. I eat apples every day. Kon plus ban equals konban. Kon plus asa equals kesa. Kesa? So? 面白いね. No one knows? You know, that's just the beauty of languages, right? Yeah, no. Sometimes there's just no reason for stuff like that. It just is. And can't say too much about that. Just a funny way how language
毎
works.
朝9時に起きます
Mayasa kuji ni okimasu, right? I didn't hear that wrong. Mayasa
Mayasa
kuji ni
に起きま
okimasu.
す
So we have a great slang lesson happening in the Twitch chat, which I like to thank Tadayo-san a lot for. Knowing slang is important if you want to understand colloquial languages. Like, for me, if I go to the heart of downtown where I live, and listen to what people say at like a cafeteria, or a cafe, I mean, or even cafeteria really, but I'd probably understand maybe 60% of what they're saying, and that's because the heart of downtown is a pit of cultural exchange where people have their own specific sayings, where one shorthanded slang or phrase means something else completely, and yeah, I don't know it because I don't go to the heart of downtown at all. It's just not somewhere I go, and especially during the pandemic, right? But even before then, I wasn't a downtown goer. I wouldn't go downtown to just spend my time. I'd stay home or go to the nearby parks if I do go out. Like, that was how I spent my days, right? So locally, things are mundane. They're monotonous, monotone. Things don't change because the people here don't change. We don't suddenly create new phrases. We could, but we don't. There's no real reason or push to do so you don't hear it. But in the heart of downtown, where you have so many different cultures intermingle, certain things get picked up, certain things get changed, get shoved around a lot, and that's why you get all these little slangs and stuff. So that's why you'll always want to appreciate anyone who has knowledge of colloquial or slang language. I eat rice every day. So 毎日ご飯を食べます。
毎朝牛乳を飲みます。
Hey Samuel, welcome to the stream. 毎朝牛乳を飲みます。So 飲みます to drink. I drink something. What is 牛乳? Milk. How's it going? It's going great, actually. Stream's going great. I'm streaming at a weird hour. It's pretty bad, especially for someone like Thurindos, who, you know, lives in Australia, so it's like pretty much dawn for the dude. So we're just learning some Japanese, and we're at the point in Duolingo, which is the start. Like, I just want to point out, this is the start. You can scroll down Duolingo. There's like, what, 9 set of lessons or something like that. We're on lesson like 1 or 2, so we're early in the game, and this is like stuff I actually want to show, because this is stuff that is material that you can actually teach someone that can be useful. Do you use anything other than Duolingo? I actually have my own Japanese lessons from my university, so I actually have notes, I have lessons, I have worksheets, I have newspaper, so kind of. I still consider Duolingo a game. At the end of the day. San, oyasumi nasai. Is that Mina? I don't know that kanji. Yeah, Mina. Okay. I made a guess and I guessed correctly. Have a good night, Gambler Bear. Oyasumi nasai.毎朝牛乳を飲みます。I drink milk every morning. I eat apples every day. 私はリンゴを every day. 私は毎日リンゴを食べます。
毎日ご飯を食べます。
Every day. Is every day a single or 2 words in English? I can't remember. I speak this language and I forget things. Every day I eat rice. It's 2 words, okay. Emoji is a Japanese word. Yeah. It's one of those things which catches a lot of people off guard because it's so incorporated. And at this point, emoji is also a borrowed word. Enunciate. A borrowed word in the English language. We've borrowed it from the Japanese. A loan word. Exactly. A stolen word by English. I mean, the English does steal a lot of things, so I wouldn't be. Come on. It's no surprise, right? Clackjay! Hello! Welcome! I'm so happy to see like so many new faces. Love it. Welcome one and all. You also learned, yay! Wonderful. Irashaimase. That's to welcome someone, usually to a store. Usually someone who works there that says that, but yokoso. That's a better greeting. So I drink milk every morning. Every morning is my asa. Gyunyu o nomimasu. Nice. Keep at it. Remember, language is technically a muscle. You gotta keep using it in order to become more proficient at it. Because if you stop using it, all of a sudden, you'll eventually forget it. Dust off my national terms.
私は
ポン
毎朝お茶を飲みます。
私は毎朝お茶を飲みます。I drink, and you really want to say green tea every morning. 日本語その漢字は何ですか？勉強。Legit, I couldn't read that because it was too small. 勉強する. Okay, this kanji I actually don't know. 配信が好きよね. Okay. You must like Japanese study streams, huh? It's so funny because the Japanese term for live stream is delivery. Haishin. It's a delivery. It's interesting whenever I try to translate stuff for live stream, because if you want, the closest thing that a foreigner will look up when it comes to live stream would be, I think, live. It's not. Can you say broadcast? I actually don't know what it's like in the Japanese scene for that stuff. I just know that they say haishin, which is a delivery. I learned some of my Russian from playing Call of Duty and CS:GO. Nice. Although, as far as Russian goes, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say it because it's inappropriate. Yeah. I drink green tea every day. My nichi for every day.
毎日
Ocha
お茶
o nomimasu.
毎朝水を飲みます。
Mayasa mizu o nomimasu. So mizu, water. So every morning I drink water. Or I drink water every morning. I get up at 9 o'clock every morning. So my asa
毎朝
kuji
9時
ni okimasu. I drink green tea every morning. So every morning, my
毎
asa
朝
watashi wa ocha o nomimasu. Or you can say it the other way too. Watashi wa my asa ocha o nomimasu. So you can play around with these things, and they all work. As long as you get the core of what you're saying out there, you'll be understood, generally speaking. So that was routines. There's also, home and intro 3. I actually want to do counting. Like, you have the checkpoints. You have the basics, and you have checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it looks like 9. So these are the little learning things that you have for this. Mo clock ni aitai? Deatta. See, my kanji is terrible, so I need to translate them every single time. Hoka no nihongo benkyou suru haishin de. Some water and food and hop onto voice chat with some friends. They're both East Coast. I see. Characters are in the world that have the shape of a watermelon or football as a head. When you phrase it like that, the first thing I think of is Hey Arnold. Because my childhood, in terms of like weird head shapes, Hey Arnold is up there. Let's do some counting.
4つ
Hey, the numbers. Here we go. I covered these way back when. Some of the OG counting phrases. 5つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、
1つ
1つ、
4つ
4つ、4 things. 3
3
つ、
2つ
2
テーブ
つ。
ルが3つあります
There are 3 tables. So the tsu counter is a general counter that you can actually use with counting things between 1 and 10. So anything you have that's between 1 and 10, you can use the tsu counter for as a general counter. It's probably the most commonly used counter in Japanese. Very useful to know.
部屋にはテーブルがいくつありますか
How many... So this is very challenging for anyone who doesn't actually know the vocabulary here. 部屋にはテーブルがいくつありますか? So to break this down and try to understand what's being said here slowly, 部屋に, so in the room, and then you have the wa particle. So it's niwa. So within this room is what we're trying to say here. テーブルが, so the topic is the tables. So you want to say about tables in this room as well. Ko, individual. Oh, you mean the counter? Oh, is that a general counter too? I actually had no idea. Thanks. So does this also have the suit restriction with 1 to 10, or can you go higher than that for the ko counter? Phineas and Ferb? Yeah! Phineas and Ferb! Oh, so it's the same as Tsu. Interesting. Thanks. I actually didn't know that. We're entering territory which I have very, very little understanding of that I have retained over the years of studying Japanese. Got ikutsu. So we have, listen to that. Ikutsu. It's asking how many with the tsu counter. Arimasu ka? There are. How many are there? So how many tables are in the room?
部屋には椅子がいくつありますか部屋には椅子がいくつありますか
I can't catch what's happening in the middle there. So I hear 部屋
部屋には椅子がいくつありますか
部屋には
には部屋には椅子がいくつありますか一つ
な一ついくつ
いくつ
いくつ
部屋には椅子がいくつありますか部屋には椅子がいくつありますか椅子
椅子 I don't know what that means, by the way.
部屋には椅子がいくつありますかいくつありますか
Chairs. 椅子 Oh, 椅子 The kanji for chairs. Of course, how could I forget? I'm sitting on one right now. Alright, I need to do a quick bathroom break. So let me BRB. Dun 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 dun. I'm back. So ko is actually the kanji for tsu, but they have become slightly different. That is interesting.
Table が4つあります。
Table ga yotsu arimasu. There are 4 tables. Table is easy, right? Kanji. Table.
椅子が4つあります。
There are 4 chairs. Remember, we just learned
椅子
isu.
が2つあります。
Isu ga futatsu arimasu. There are 2 chairs.
テーブルが1つあります。
There is 1 table.
椅子が1つあります。
There is 1 chair.
机が2つあります。
Tsukue. Tsukue?
机が2つあります。
Tsukue ga futatsu.
机
Tsukue. There are 2 desks. Because Windows is model, I believe, so. Yeah.
机が1つあります。
Tsukue ga hitotsu arimasu. There is 1 desk.
2つありますか？
Futatsu arimasu ka? Are there 2?
部屋には窓が3つあります。
Heya ni wa mado ga 3つあります. There are 3 windows in the room.
部屋に3つの椅子があります。
Heya ni 3つの椅子があります. So I like this sentence structure because this is sort of showing different way of building the sentence. So it's saying within the room there are 3 chairs, but it's saying this in a very different way than what we've been doing up till now.
部屋には机がいくつありますか？
Heya ni wa tsukue ga ikutsu arimasu ka? How many desks are in the room? Okay, wow. That was really nice. I think I'm gonna finish up the counting, so we'll do the next 2 lessons, get to level 1, and I'll end today's stream here. It's a little short, it's an hour long, but this is the afternoon hours, and I do have a lot of things to do. I am thinking of continuing stuff like this another day, but I'll announce it now, which is for this coming weekend, June 25th, 26th, and 27th. I have plans to appear as a commentator in Otaku's Mahjong tournament. So I'll post it tomorrow or maybe even tonight and make the announcement that I do have plans on just showing up there to commentate. It's a very casual thing, so don't expect too big of a professional... don't expect me to be a professional commentator because that's not what I am. 8 things.
8つ
Yatsu. 5 things.
5つ
Itsutsu, itsutsu, itsutsu. It's pronounced itsutsu, not so the kanji here usually it's pronounced go for 5, but here for this it's itsutsu.
5つ
5 things. 7 things.
7つ
Nanatsu.
6
6.
つ
6 things. Mutsu.
6つ
Mutsu. So normally you say roku for 6. 6 things. Mutsu.
7つ
Nanatsu. 7 things. 9 things.
9つ
Kokonotsu. Hey, thanks. Yeah, so Otaku is the host of the tournament. It's his tournament, so should be fun.
9つ
So 9, Q, or ku, depending on what you're trying to say. But here, for 9 things, kokonotsu,
9つ
8つ
yatsu, 8 things. Oh yeah, and 8. Hachi, yatsu.
椅子が8つあります
Isu ga
が
yatsu
8つ
arimasu. There are 8 chairs.
6つ
Mutsu, 6 things.
テーブルが6つあります
Teiburu ga mutsu arimasu. There are 6 tables.
テーブルが7つあります
There are 7 tables. Teiburu ga 7つarimasu.
9つ
Kokonotsu, 9 things.
テーブルが9つあります
Teiburu ga kokonotsu arimasu. There are 9 tables.
椅子が5つあります
Isu ga 5つarimasu. There are 5 chairs.
椅子が7つあります
Isu ga 7つarimasu. There are 7 chairs.
机が9つあります
Tsukue ga kokonotsu arimasu. There are 9 tsukue is desks. There are 9 desks.
机が6つあります
Tsukue ga mutsu arimasu. There are 6 desks. There are 5 chairs. Isu ga itsutsu arimasu. There are 8 chairs. Once again,
椅
isu
子
ga
が8つ
yatsu arimasu. Perfect. Ba-bam. Okay.
4個
Yonko. Yonko. Hey, look at that. The coal counter. Egg.
卵
Really? Really? Yotsu. Tamago. Mutsu. Which one's egg?
何個
Nanko.
リンゴを1個ください
Ringo o 1個ください. 1 apple, please.
リンゴを3個ください
3 apples, please.
6個
6
6個
卵を3個食べます
Tamago 3個食べます. I will eat 3 eggs.
卵が5個あります
Tamagoが5個あります. There are 5 eggs.
3個
3個
卵を2個ください
卵2個ください. 2 eggs, please. 4個.
4個
So we have the kanji or katakana for wa.
は
2個.
2個
Tamago.
台所
Daidokoro. I actually don't know what daidokoro means. Hey, Riot! Welcome to the stream! Unfortunately, you are making it to the very end of this stream, but feel free to watch the VOD if you're interested in what we touched upon today. Pretty interesting stream overall, I must say. I mean, I had quite the kick out of this, and it's only been about an hour. I go to sleep at 11 p.m. Gogo. 11時に寝ます. 4個.
4個
Yeah, welcome, welcome. Yokoso, yokoso. Match the pairs. 4個.
4個
Tamago. Ka. Sensei.
年生
Nensei. Whoops.
京都
Kyoto. Hey, that's the location.
リンゴが7個あります
Ringo ga
リンゴが7個あります
Ringo ga
が
7個 arimasu. There are 7 apples.
リンゴが7個ありますリンゴが7個あります
Oh, I clicked egg instead of apple. Whoops. 3個.
3個
卵を4個ください
4 eggs, please. 4 Warsaw, please.
卵を2個食べます
Wow. Okay. Tamago o 2個食べます. I will eat 2 eggs.
リンゴを2個食べます。
I will eat 2 apples.
リンゴが1個あります。
There is 1 apple.
卵が1個あります。
There is 1 egg.
リンゴが7個あります。
リンゴが7個あります. I'm glad that you managed to laugh off of that. That's great. That's great. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. Alright, after today's lesson, we're actually in the promotion zone. We did get to 214 XP. I will be doing this more off-stream, actually, as I continue to refine these from levels 3 and 1s to level 5s. But do note that we have family restaurant. I like how they shorthanded that to restore. Restore. But yeah, today's been a fantastic day. We got some new viewers who are very knowledgeable. So once again, thank you. And it is time for us to say sayonara for this afternoon. And I'll see you guys most likely tonight. My internet issue has been, for the most part, fixed. Hopefully. It's a bit too early to say. But yeah, I will be I will be a commentator to Otaku's Mahjong tournament that's happening starting tomorrow. But I might have a stream tonight where I do Genshin Impact. So see ya. Mata ne. Bye bye.